What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one we got a lot to talk about. Michigan recruiting is taking off. We're going to be talking about all the top targets they're going after right now, multiple 5-stars, especially on the defensive line, plus multiple predictions put in for Michigan to land 2 elite defensive targets and a wide receiver target. We also, talk about whether or not Bryce Underwood will be a day one starter at Michigan, and we also give an update on the status of Will Johnson, when he will be returning. So you guys are not going to want to miss all this. We're going to be talking about all this and more in this video. So let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, so we got a lot to talk about here. A lot of great news for Michigan on the recruiting trail. Obviously, the Wolverines landed the #1 recruit in the 2025 class, flipping him from LSU, Bryce Underwood. And Michigan, Sharon Moore, they have found their elite quarterback. Now, obviously, all the credit to everybody working behind the scenes in this recruitment for Michigan. There was a lot that went into this, including from Champion Circle. A lot of Michigan donors, big ones like Jalen and Larry Ellison, Nate Forbes, Jared Wangler, and many others. Also, obviously, Sharon Moore, who personally took this recruitment on his shoulders, and also General Manager Sean McGee, who has really been putting in work. He is a very busy man right now because Michigan, they are not done on the recruiting trail. Things are just picking up, and it's pretty clear now that Michigan is willing to spend some money and play the NIL game in recruiting. Now, I told you guys to get excited about this, and also that if Bryce Underwood did commit and flip to Michigan, that it would absolutely change the football program for Michigan, and we're seeing it happen right now in front of our eyes. Now, according to Chris Ballas of the Wolverine, the doors this has opened. He says that they've heard the phones are ringing off the hook right now. Agents representing recruits, transfer portal candidates, etc. And listen, Michigan has already gotten a couple predictions put in from Steve Wiltfong of On3 to flip a couple other candidates, which we'll talk about. But Michigan's also going after a couple other 5-stars in the 2025 class. And I mean, we're a couple weeks away from early signing day, but Michigan, they are not even close to being done in the 2025 class. And all of a sudden, this is looking to be like a top 5 class for Michigan. But let's go ahead and talk about Bryce Underwood, what Michigan is really getting, because I know there's going to be a lot of talk about whether or not he's going to come in, start right away in day one. And what I'll say about that is there's a very good chance he comes in and is the starter on day one. Even 24/7 sports recruiting analyst Tom Loy said that this is your day one starter next season in Ann Arbor. Zero doubt in my mind. And he also said that no matter where he went, he was likely going to be the starter no matter where he went. He also later went on to say that I think Bryce Underwood picked the place he wants to be at athletically, academically, and socially, and where he sees himself thriving and where he sees himself being the happiest. Alan True of 24/7 Sports even said that he has the size, arm talent, and athleticism. As far as his intangibles, it is tough to win as many games as he did, especially in Michigan's highest classification, without having some of that. He was clutch in several late game situations, even going back to his freshman year. Now, also according to Steve Wiltfong of On3, behind the scenes of this recruitment, he said that On3 was told the 5-star quarterback was on campus for practice on Tuesday and Wednesday and sat in some team meetings as well. They're also told that he asked the coaching staff if there would be room in the class for 4-star receiver Derek Meadows and 5-star cornerback DJ Pickett. Now, Steve Wiltfong has already put in a prediction for Michigan to flip the 4-star top 100 receiver Derek Meadows from LSU to Michigan. Now, one team that is still going after him is Notre Dame, which is still going to be a challenge for Michigan to beat out Notre Dame. But when we talked about Bryce Underwood, potentially coming here, bringing other recruits with him, Derek Meadows was the first guy, and it could almost be like a package deal. Wherever Bryce Underwood went is where Derek Meadows is going to go. But again, Notre Dame is still a threat in that recruitment, so Michigan's still going to have to, beat them out. but they sit in a very good position now to land him as well. He's a 6'5", 200-pound wide receiver from Bishop Gorman High School in the state of Nevada, ranked 46 nationally on 24/7 Sports rankings. Now, as far as DJ Pickett, he's probably going to be really hard for Michigan to land him, but I mean, the possibility is there. Now that Michigan is playing again this NIL game, they are opening up the checkbook right now, man. And I tell you what, the college football world, they better be on notice, because Michigan, it seems like they're playing this game now, and it's probably going to get scary. A couple other predictions that were put in yesterday, though. Another one was the 2025 four-star linebacker currently committed to Duke, Bradley Gompers, who was a teammate of Cole Sullivan. So there's already a connection there. And Steve Wiltfong of On3 did put in a prediction for Michigan to flip him as well. And also another big one is Alex Grimm, 2025 four-star safety from Cass Tech, Michigan, currently committed to Colorado, but Steve Wiltfong also put in a prediction for Michigan to flip him. Now, one guy Michigan is making another NIL push for late here in the 2025 class is the 2025 five-star defensive lineman Jakeem Stewart from the state of Louisiana. Oregon, LSU, USC, Ohio State all going after him right now, but Michigan did re-offer him yesterday, and according to Steve Wiltfong of On3, Stewart's trainer Clyde Alexander did say that Michigan was in his recruitment early on, but the guy basically told me that they backed off because financially they weren't in a place with NIL and able to deal with a kid of Jakeem's caliber, but now they're in a totally different space financially, going after the best players in the country, and Sherrod Moore was expected to talk with both Stewart and Alexander today. So it's another five-star. Michigan is making a move here late. We've also talked about Ty Haywood, who is the current five-star Alabama offensive tackle commit. Michigan is making an NIL push towards him here, and looking like that could also pay off for them in potentially landing another five-star offensive tackle along with Andrew Babalola. Now, we also did just get news that Michigan is also going after the 2025 five-star edge current Georgia commit Isaiah Gibson, who is another five-star defensive lineman, as he posted on X a little bit ago that he received an offer from Michigan. So this is absolutely crazy. Michigan is just, going after, it seems like, anybody they want right now. So many five stars, top rated recruits. It doesn't matter if they're committed elsewhere or not. And I'm telling you right now, watch out for these Wolverines. They are putting together a legendary class here in the 2025 class. They're still going after Nathaniel Wusu Boateng, which they stand really good with right now. Another guy they could potentially circle back to is Grayson Littleton, who did recently commit to Texas, but you never know, maybe the commitment of Bryce Underwood and all of this momentum going for Michigan might change his mind there. Another potential defensive line target is the 2025 four-star top 100 edge, Zahir Mathis, who recently just decommitted from Ohio State. We'll see if Michigan pushes there and potentially gets him on campus for a visit. But Michigan recruiting right now is absolutely taking off right now. The Bryce Underwood effect is in full display right now currently, and it didn't take long at all. It happened right away last night. When it was announced, he flipped his commitment to Michigan. Oh, and by the way, Bryce Underwood has already launched a Michigan merch shop partnered with Valiant, where you can buy shirts from $50 and also autographed trading card listed as $1,900. So very cool there, Michigan. What a time it is to be a Michigan fan right now, and they are not done yet. We got a whole offseason to go through. The transfer portal is going to be a lot of changes to this team, but Sherrod Moore, he is getting his guys. He's getting his players' talent coming here. He knew he needed it, and we said it right away when Michigan hired Sherrod Moore that recruiting would be a lot better. But I didn't really expect it to be this good, honestly. He did say right away that NIL and recruiting was his main focus. He added to the recruiting staff, hired Sean McGee and many others who have impacted Michigan recruiting and NIL for that matter, and it's taken off right now. So big props to Sherrod Moore. Might be a rough season right now for Michigan fans, but it is looking bright. This commitment from Bryce Underwood is also huge, though, for Michigan to keep players like the top 100 receiver Andrew Marsh and also the tight end Andrew Olesh, who is currently set to take a visit this weekend. So it comes at a perfect time for Michigan, and they are not done yet in the 2025 class. Can't wait to see who else they go after. Sean Morey told On3 that it's just an exciting time. He obviously can't, talk about recruits or commits until they sign, but he said that, the guys understanding what the culture is like, what the vision is for the program, and I think that's why we're getting these high-level kids. Guys that want to be part of bringing back what has been the last couple of years of Michigan football. And I kind of just go back to what he did at his press conference a couple of weeks ago when somebody asked him, if there was a level of concern on Michigan not having a 2025 quarterback committed, and he basically just smirked and smiled and said, "We'll be fine." So I'm telling you guys right now, it is an exciting time right now. Now, real quick here, I do want to give an update on Will Johnson. He will not be playing against Northwestern. However, according to Chris Ballas of the Wolverine, those close to it say he has been targeting Ohio State as a return date, and they believe he'll be back for the big one against the Buckeyes next week. And I've been saying this for quite some time now. A couple weeks ago, I even said that it just felt like that was what how this was going to go for Will Johnson, because there's really no reason for him to play against Northwestern. I think Michigan will be fine without him, but they're going to need him against the big one against Ohio State. And like I said, for all these players that are going to be moving on from Michigan, it'll be a good way to go out, potentially pulling off a upset, stunning win over Ohio State. So, but with that, that's going to wrap up this video. There is a lot going on right now around Michigan football recruiting, and the Bryce Underwood effect is on full display currently. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more. If you are new around here, I greatly appreciate it. And other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.